平等の中にオリジナルが。当たれ。
Watching Saitama punch holes into mountains is a euphoric feeling for sure, but there's nothing more exciting than watching the main character grow from a weakling into a being so strong that he becomes a sign of terror for his opponents. This is the reason why Naruto became one of the most beloved anime of all time. So in today's video, we're going to look at 10 animes where the weak MC evolved into the most overpowered character in the entire show. But before we start, make sure to smash that subscribe button to support the channel. We're starting off with one of the most underrated shows of all time. Ranking of Kings is about Prince Bajiji, who is deaf and mute and doesn't have the physical strength of normal boys. His own mother and stepbrother use his physical shortcomings to dethrone him. His brother even orders his assassination, but Bajiji is a survivor who stays alive through all of this. He now just has one goal: to become so strong that no one can humiliate him again. We see a kid who knows how much he's hated, and it breaks his heart, but he doesn't let anyone see his tears. Instead, he keeps trying to overcome his physical limitations, and it leads to a payoff that's certainly worth every second of the show. While Bajiji isn't the flashiest MC out there, his story is certainly one of the best I've ever seen. At number 9, we have Kenichi from Parasyte. This sci-fi thriller is full of gore and chest-thumping action sequences, and it all starts when our protagonist Kenichi becomes a victim of a hidden alien invasion. After realizing that they need each other to survive, Kenichi and Miji work together to hunt down the monsters that keep coming after them. It's an emotional and high-stakes story where our MC turns from an ordinary guy into a badass alien hunter who is looking for revenge. So if you're looking for an intense thriller, make sure to give this one a try. From Kenichi, we move on to Kenichi, from Kenichi, the mightiest disciple. Our protagonist is studying at a school where everyone is super strong and they seem to love fighting. Yeah, I know it sounds a lot like Baki, but unlike Baki, Kenichi is not strong at all. In fact, at school, he's known as the weak-knees Kenichi. Kenichi is miserable, but it all changes when he meets Miu, whose grandfather runs a legendary dojo in town. Tired of all the bullying, Kenichi joins the dojo, and over the course of 50 episodes, we see his journey from being fodder for the bullies to an insane martial artist who saves the world from complete chaos. This is a light-hearted series with some great old-school action sequences. Moving on, we have Naofumi from The Rising of Shield Hero at number 7. As the name suggests, our MC is summoned to a world as a hero and he wields a mythical shield. However, the people of this world really hate the shield hero. Their preconceived hatred leads our hero to becoming an outcast in a world where even the church won't help him. To make things worse, Naofumi can't even use any weapon, so he has to rely on his underling Wraith Talia to fight off monsters for him. Talk about having a handicap. Things look bleak for our hero, but his lack of power is a blessing because it forces him to study the world around him. This knowledge helps him become a master war tactician, which is probably the only way to save the world. Naofumi isn't the kindest hero around, but he sure is a fair one. He won't help anyone for free, and all he wants is revenge. But along the way, he won't hesitate to help anyone who asks for it. Continuing with the isekai genre at number 6, we have Subaru from Re:Zero. Subaru is one of the best protagonists of the last few years simply because of how ordinary he is. After he gets transported to a world filled with magic, Subaru quickly learns that he is hopelessly underpowered. He only has one special skill, but using it quite literally drains the life out of him. Subaru goes through hell as he gets stabbed, tortured and even burned alive, but every time he learns something new, and pretty soon he becomes the only being who can save that world. Subaru's story is filled with pain and regret, but it also has some heart-touching moments that make all the suffering worth it. So if you're looking for an isekai anime with a little more serious tone, I suggest you give Re:Zero a try. We're taking a break from the fantasy world to discuss a character who is as real as a protagonist can get. We're talking about Ippo from Fighting Spirit, who is at number 5 on our list. Ippo's story is what pulled me towards the beautiful sport of boxing, but just like me, Ippo didn't care about boxing until he was in high school. He is a shy kid who gets picked on daily by the school delinquents. One day, Ippo gets really beaten up, and a man takes him to a gym to patch up his injuries. Ippo later learns that the man who brought him to the gym is professional boxer Mamoru Takamura. After spending some time in the boxing gym, Ippo decides to become a strong boxer like Mamoru, but Mamoru doesn't think Ippo can work hard enough to achieve this lofty goal. So from that point on, Ippo gives up everything to become the best boxer in the world. His journey to the top is filled with blood and tears, but there aren't many tales as epic as this one, so don't think too much. Just watch the first episode and you'll realize why it's considered a masterpiece. Next on our list, we have Midoriya Izuku from My Hero Academia. Izuku's story has a rough start. He's born in a world where most people have superpowers, but unfortunately, Midoriya learns that he's just an ordinary kid. Suddenly, his dream of helping others like his idol, All Might, becomes impossible. But it all changes when Midoriya puts himself in danger to help his friend Bakugo. All Might sees this and figures out how good a person Midoriya is. So he gives the kid a chance to become the greatest hero in the world. But the road to greatness isn't easy. Midoriya trains day and night and faces criticism from everyone around him as he trains to become the next All Might. For nearly 5 seasons, we watch as Midoriya learns to control his strength while facing vicious villains. He loses limbs, pride, and even his own ideals in his quest to be the best. But this is exactly why so many of us can't keep our eyes off him. After Midoriya, we meet another high schooler with lofty goals. The MC at number 3 on our list is a kid who is the living embodiment of the word determination. We're of course talking about Hinata Shoyo from the acclaimed sports anime Haikyuu. Hinata has only one dream, playing volleyball at the national level. However, he soon realizes that he might as well be asking for the moon, because he doesn't have the physical gifts of most good volleyball players. He has short stature and no one takes him seriously. But he doesn't give up. Instead, he trains so hard that he develops almost inhuman athleticism. This helps him stand toe-to-toe with the best players in the country. He is helped on his journey by many friends, including Tobio Kageyama, who shares Hinata's dream. Together, these two nobodies become the best volleyball players in Japan. At number 2 on our list, we have the tragic tale of Hyakimaru from Dororo. It starts when his father sells his infant son's body to demons just to gain power. Yeah, this is a rather gruesome and sad tale. Hyakimaru is left to die, but a healer saves his life and gives him prosthetic limbs. The kid with a deformed body learns to fight and starts his journey to reclaim his body from demons. He's accompanied by a thief named Dororo on his road to vengeance. Hyakimaru's journey is filled with emotions and amazing fight scenes, and it leads him to the man who ruined his life, his own father. As an anime fan, Dororo is a hidden jewel that I wish more people enjoyed, because there aren't many other shows like this one. Now, before we talk about the number 1 on our list, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future videos. The number 1 MC on our list is Thorfinn from Vinland Saga. This is arguably the most revolutionary anime of the last decade due to how realistic its characters are, including Thorfinn. Thorfinn is only a kid when he witnesses the murder of his great father, and at that exact moment, he swears to seek revenge. He tries to kill Askeladd, the pirate who assassinated his father, but Askeladd is a great warrior who shrugs off this little kid with ease. Still, Thorfinn refuses to give up. Instead, he joins the pirates to get strong so that he can beat Askeladd one day. The next few years of his life are brutal, as we watch his innocence leave him each time he commits a crime. In a world where only the strong have a voice, Thorfinn will do anything to become the strongest, and his efforts eventually bear fruit. Thorfinn's tale is so captivating because he isn't a good guy like most other protagonists. His story is best captured by the show's insane opening music, Mukanjyo, which outlines that sometimes you need to give up your very soul to reach the top, and only then do you realize that it might not be worth it. And that wraps up today's video. Please share your thoughts with us in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.